Folks, welcome into our show this week. We are in beautiful Estill, South Carolina, home of the 38th annual Pendarvis Chevrolet Dove Shoot. And it's actually called the Governor's Dove Shoot because every governor in South Carolina, since back in Carroll Campbell's time, has come and attended this very event on a Sunday afternoon at the final day of dove season right here at the Pendarvis farm just outside of Estill. You know, Richard's been a great friend of mine for over 23 years. I bought so many vehicles from Richard, and I tell you what, his favorite adage, he's putting Chevys in driveways, and I've even become to know to help him do that. But I tell you what, we've got a lot of great action coming your way this week. Doves are going to be flying, a lot of food, oysters, pig picking, you name it. There's going to be a lot happening on Bob Redfern's Outdoor Magazine. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with a whole lot of great action. Rooster! Oh my goodness. Ooh. It has been a great time. Well, folks, joining me now is none other than my good friend, longtime friend, Richard Pendarvis, Pendarvis Chevrolet down in Edgefield, South Carolina. And we're actually at the 38th annual Pendarvis Chevrolet Governor's Dove Shoot. And this guy right here took it over from his dad, Butch. Richard, your dad was he was just honestly a saint.
Well, he had a good vision for us.
And he did, and I know he passed this on to you, but 38 years of putting this event on. Tell me a little bit about the background and the history and why your dad started it and you guys have kept it going.
Well, that thing started back, Governor Campbell and Dad were great friends, and the governor said, Butch, let's get us, you invite some customers, I'm gonna invite some people that helped me that in my campaign and got me elected, and we started out with probably 20 people. And that was back in '86, and so it was 20 people, and now it's grown to about 250, 300 people. And so it's, you know, but my dad was always, we made good contacts and a good living by entertaining, and this thing just grew and grew, and it's unbelievable that, you know, the week before, 2 weeks before, somebody goes, hey, I didn't get my invitation. I said, let me check the computer, and no, you didn't make it this year. They said, hold me a truck, I'm coming to get one. So we do a lot of selling it right before this to keep people keep coming, but we got generations. We got some guys that have come as young kids, and now they're bringing their kids, and that's what it's all about. The young people and hunting, and you know as well as I do what you do for Chevrolet, Bob Redfern's name, and same way with Pendarvis. You keep doing it, and they follow.
Well, you know, Richard, I tell you, you can't understate. This has become the social event of the year here in South Carolina. Yeah. I mean, legends, not only in politics, but legends in the outdoors have been made right here at your farm.
Yeah.
And you know, you guys have owned this tract, a beautiful tract of land down here in Estill. How many years have you had this?
We got it back in the early '80s, so,
right.
You know, a long time. A lot of memories here. It really is, it really is.
Well, you know, the other thing that's so special about this, again, you've had political leaders from, you know, Carroll Campbell on, every governor, with the exception of probably, you know, one.
Every governor's been at least once or twice, except we had one that never attended, but you know, that's a lot of governors that have been through here, and we got lieutenant governors been here last year and coming again this year. Henry couldn't make it, but we really appreciate what they do, and we got a lot of politicians come every year. You know, and these guys want us to have guns in our hands. That's what I like about it. You know, they appreciate what the state of South Carolina is, and they love the outdoors. And there's not many of these that, you know, this used to be a tradition. A lot of people did. You know, they had dove shoots and cookouts, and there's not many anymore. Well, we appreciate you coming, and we appreciate what you do for Chevrolet. You know, you drive a lot of business our ways, and we probably don't thank you enough.
Well, putting Chevys in driveways, man, if we do that together,
right,
we'll do it. Thanks. Folks, we're headed on out to the dove field. That's why we're here, but there's a whole lot of sights and sounds here at the 38th annual Pendarvis Governor's Shoot right down here in Estill, South Carolina. right. Woo. And I tell you what, there's sucking and diving around here today.
Nestled in the western part of South Carolina, the Old 96th District is comprised of Abbeville, Edgefield, Greenwood, Lawrence, and McCormick counties. Rich in history and small-town charms, the Old 96th District is part of South Carolina's freshwater coast, with over 2,000 miles of shoreline offering lakeside camping, boating, and fishing. Local shops offer a variety of unique gifts, artwork, and food. Discover the unexpected wonders of the Old 96th District of South Carolina.
Understand the fish. Design the bait. No, redesign it. Trim this. Add that. Definitely more of that. Perfect. Will they smash it? Smashing it and holding it. That's how we do it. That's the formulas. Tweak the colors. Make it sing. Make it dance. Optimize design for that lateral line. All with a single track mind for getting hit, staying bit, ripping lips, for making any fish your fish. That's our science. Berkeley science, baby.
The new Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel and Allison 10-speed. Up to 36,000 pounds of max towing. And up to 14 available camera views. Silverado HD. Own work, own play, own the HD life.
The 2024 Silverado HD, starting at $45,295. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Take a journey off the beaten path to Lake Hartwell Country. Tucked away in the northeast corner of South Carolina, Lake Hartwell Country is a hidden gem with waterfalls, mountains, beautiful lakes, and history dating back to Revolutionary War times. For the outdoor enthusiasts, Lake Hartwell Country offers fishing, hiking, water recreation, horseback riding, and so much more. Come visit Lake Hartwell Country, the land by the blue wall. Bob Redfern's Outdoor Magazine is being brought to you by these great partners. Chevrolet, the official vehicle of Bob Redfern's Outdoor Magazine. By Lake Hartwell Country, the land by the blue wall. By the South Carolina Agriculture Department, it's a matter of taste. By the Old 96th District of South Carolina, come discover the unexpected wonders of South Carolina's 96th District. And by South Carolina Embroidery and Screen Printing, your one stop for all your company's promotional needs.
Well, folks, welcome back to this week's show. We're at the 38th Annual Pendarvis Governor's Dove Shoot, and joining me now is the Lieutenant Governor from South Carolina. It's Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evett, and I tell you what, Pamela, thank you so much for being a guest. I tell you what, well, we've got a break and all this great action today. You know, it's so great that you guys would absolutely come out here and support Richard and the Governor's Shoot. I just think, I know this is, what, the second year you've attended?
This is the third year.
Third year, wow.
Third year, and we brought back our 16-year-old son this year because we have so much fun out here. He decided he wanted to come with us this year, which is really important because we need to get our kids back out, get them off their screens, get them out of the house, and get them back out in nature, really fishing, hunting, doing all the things that help keep their sanity.
Well, you know, and you and the Governor do that so well because you promote. We have such great resources here in South Carolina, and that's one of the focuses, and I know that you've done that because not only have you helped that in the legislature with all those guys and gals, but you truly live and walk the walk and talk the talk.
Well, I do. I love to be out here, and we really have to worry. You know, South Carolina is a beautiful place. We have mountains, we have beaches, we have all the things in between, and we have to preserve it. So we're really working hard that as South Carolina continues to grow, we don't lose the essence of who we are. And that is being able to get outdoors and do the things we love to do. So I love to be out here. The Pendarvises are amazing people, and I'm hoping to get a lot of birds here today.
Well, listen, and it's always good to see ladies out here as well, and thank you again for being on our show today. And you know, I want to bring in your husband David and son Jackson, the next generation of the Evetts of hunting here. David, it's a pleasure to meet you and being out here. Jackson, man, it's always a pleasure, brother. Good to see you, man. I tell you what, it is such a good time to come out here and get behind a shotgun and do this. And I love bird hunting, and I do it all. I get a fish, but I tell you what, we need to get him and get you all out on a boat sometime And maybe we do a little reeling in from the coast or something.
I would love that. I would
I
love that.
promise.
Jackson's a great fisherman, so he might really jump on for that pretty easy. He wouldn't have to twist his arm at all.
Well, I tell you, I'd love to do that, and thank you all so much.
Thank you
Get
so
back out
much.
there
I am.
and get on get on these doves today. And I tell you, it's been a pleasure to have you all. And folks, listen, I tell you what, we're headed back out to the dove field at the 38th annual Pendarvis Governor's Dove Shoot in Estill, South Carolina. Well, folks, the doves have just picked up here. And as you can see on the array down here, down on the right, we've got the Lieutenant Governor from South Carolina, Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evatt, and her party's down here, and there's folks all over, and birds are starting to fly. They're starting to come. You can see them come in the field over there. We've gotten a couple that bypassed here a little bit, but I'll tell you what, it's just been a beautiful day down here at Richard's Place down in Estill, South Carolina. And again, there's more to come here because the big social event will start at about 5 o'clock this evening with a big pig picking, oyster roast and all that. Again, this is the social event of the year if you're an outdoorsman and you drive a Chevrolet, huh? Oh. All right. Woo! All right. Ooh. And I tell you what, there's zucking and diving around here today. Mm-hmm. All right. Man, we're in a pretty good spot too, folks. I tell you what, it's the wind has died down quite a bit. I'm not sure what Richard had planted out here. It looks like maybe soybeans, but it's really a pretty good open field. You can see folks are all spotted out there. He's put different stations out here with looks like wax myrtle. Wax myrtles are all near the buckets, so he's got folks all marked out. So it's really safe. We're probably, the nearest hunter to us out in the middle of the field is probably 300-400 yards. And the max effective range of a shotgun is about 44 yards. So safety is of the essence here, and he's done it and laid it out very well. Woo! I tell you folks, the birds are picking up, and it's loud, about probably 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, during the late season of doves here, especially in South Carolina, what you're going to get is they're going to come in right before they go back to roost. And so they're coming in and out of this field. Richard's spread some other folks around here to kind of keep the birds from lighting in the middle of the field because there's not a lot of people out there. But, you know, I tell you what, I haven't dove hunted in years. And my most favorite times that I used to go is when I was actually on active duty in the Army. And, you know, that was opening day of dove season every year in September, regardless of where we were. They would always have a lot of us military guys. And when I was with the 101st at Fort Campbell, that was probably one of the most favorite times a year was to go out there and get the opening day dove shoot. So, you know, dove hunting, again, it's a big social event. And if you go at the beginning of the season, I mean, there's food, there's family, there's fun. And then at the end of the season on the last day, the same thing happens when the magic does in the field. Just like it's going to happen here today down at Estill, South Carolina. All right, there got to be more where that came from. There, that got that one. All right. Tell you what. You know, folks, these birds act like they've been shot at quite a bit when they're zucking and diving and stuff. But, you know, again, dove hunting has become such an opening day sport. There are not a lot of folks that hunt them throughout the season. But here, because of the weather in South Carolina, we can do that. I mean, gosh, it's almost 60 degrees today down here in the low country. It's just a beautiful, perfect day. Wind, slight breeze, but it's not bad. So, I mean, you know, again, if you hadn't had a chance to get in the outdoors, man, you may need to rethink what you're doing here in January. Dove hunting may be for you. Woo! Okay. Well, folks, I tell you what, that looks like a good day's limit. Probably not going to get my 12 today, but hey, listen, that's okay. I don't need to take them all. There's going to be a lot more folks out here going to be able to get theirs. So, tell you what, next segment, we're going to head on back to the big party down at the main house. Tell you what, the 38th annual Pendarvis Governor's Dove Shoot right here on Bob Redfern's Outdoor Magazine. Okay.
I added some garlic in there, and now we're going to add some cream in there.
Oh, goodness.
And this is where it really comes alive, Bob.
Garlic and cream, the spices of life right there.
Welcome to Upcountry, South Carolina. Discover the 6 counties in Upcountry, South Carolina that run from metropolitan cities with fine dining and cultural events to pristine natural beauty and all the adventure that goes with it. From hiking, rafting, to some of the best fishing in the Southeast. 6 counties, 1 state, a million opportunities. Upcountry, South Carolina. Perfectly seasoned.
A good hunting safety tip is when you're hunting from an elevated stand to use a haul line to get your bow or your rifle to the stand and out of the stand, but remembering to keep the muzzle of the rifle down at all times.
This has been another safety hunting tip from South Carolina DNR.
A good way to ensure a safe outing on the water is to file a float plan with a responsible party. It can be the who, what, where, when, why, and how.
This has been another safety tip from the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources. The Sportsman's Table is brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Agriculture. Whether you live in South Carolina or coming to vacation, make sure you're purchasing South Carolina-grown farm products. Make sure your food is South Carolina certified. It's a matter of taste.
Welcome into this edition of the Sportsman's Table this week. Joining me is freshman student here on the beautiful campus of Horry Georgetown Technical College is Brenna Boniface, and we are at the International Culinary Institute in Myrtle Beach, and this is her first year. Brenna,
Nice to meet
welcome
you.
to the show. It's
Thank you
nice.
for having me.
Well, it's nice to have you. I tell you what, you look so excited. You got a great smile.
I'm so excited.
But you have a wonderful recipe. Tell me about what we're going to be cooking today.
Today we're going to be cooking chicken Chardonnay with a creamy mushroom sauce.
Oh, wow.
That'd be
Well,
awesome.
let's get started.
Let's
I
get
can't
started.
wait. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start by seasoning the chicken.
Okay.
No bland food allowed, as Chef Tom always says.
There you go.
Gonna start.
You're learning well here.
I know, there we go. Other side as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's a nice cut of certified SC chicken right
oh,
there.
yes. This is an airline chicken breast, since we have the bone in there.
Okay.
And then we're going to coat the flour in there.
You know, I have to tell you, I think this is the first fried chicken recipe we've ever done after about 23 years
Yeah,
of doing
really?
it. Yeah, you're the first.
Yeah, it's an honor.
That's great.
Okay, and then we're just going to pat some flour off of
Okay.
there. And then we're going to put skin side down.
All right. Got to put a little oil in there.
We can't forget about the oil.
Ah, there you go. Okay.
Just a little like that. Swirl it around a little bit. There we go. We love to hear that noise.
You ain't kidding. The sizzle,
sizzle.
it makes it all good, don't
Makes
it?
it all good.
So how long are you going to cook this chicken?
It's going to be about maybe 2 to 3 minutes on each side. We just want that color on it.
Okay.
Before we put it in the oven to further
And finish
cook
it
on.
off.
Mhm,
Okay,
yeah.
awesome. All right, Brenna, what do we got next?
Okay, we're going to put the mushrooms in here.
Oh, wow.
Some mushrooms and onions. We want that sizzle. Get that color on there.
Oh, goodness.
It's going to be good.
Now, I have to ask you, is this a recipe you got from home?
No, this is a recipe I actually got from ICI. We made this for our midterm.
Oh, really?
So you can say this is my new favorite recipe.
Oh, nice.
It is awesome.
And you must have got an A on it.
Oh, yes.
There you
Thankfully I did, yes.
Well, I have to ask you, have you taken the knife class yet?
I have, yes.
And you got an A out of that
I
one?
did get an A on that as well.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
See, they won't let me take the knife class.
No?
No, because they're afraid what I'll do with the knives, I guess.
That's not good.
I know.
We're going to add some salt and pepper.
All right.
No bland food allowed again. We're going to let that caramelize a little bit.
Okay.
Get some color on there. And then we're going to add some wine, some chicken stock, and then some cream as well.
Gotcha.
So we're going to let this caramelize a little bit more. Okay, Bob, this is all caramelized and reduced.
Okay.
I added some garlic in there, and now
wow.
we're going to add some cream in there.
Oh, goodness.
Now this is where it really comes alive, Bob.
Garlic and cream, the spices of life right there.
It's going to be amazing.
Oh, goodness, yeah. That looks wonderful.
Now it is time to plate, the best part.
Oh, goodness, yes.
So as we know, the eyes eat first. We have to make this really good.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put the sauce down, and then we're going to lay the chicken right on top.
Oh, goodness.
Look at that amazing sauce you made.
Looks
So good.
Wonderful.
And
Here,
there.
I'll hold the pan for you.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Right on top, just like
Oh,
that.
goodness.
And there we go, chicken sardine with the creamy mushroom sauce.
Oh, Brenna, thank you so much. I tell you what, for being a guest. All the best of luck. You got 2 more years to go, then I'll see
Thank
you at
you.
some restaurant down the road. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it so much.
Thank
okay?
you.
And folks, listen, log on to certifiedsc.com and see what's fresh on your menu. We'll be right back here again next week on another great episode of The Sportsman's Table.
To find out more information on supporting local South Carolina farmers and their products, visit certifiedsc.com. It's a matter of taste.
When hunting out of an elevated stand, always use a lifeline so you can stay connected from bottom to top. Your family will be glad you did.
This has been another safety hunting tip from South Carolina DNR. Remember, safe hunting is no accident.
South Carolina's Santee Cooper Country invites you to relax and get away from the pressures of everyday life from world-class fishing, golf, camping, or lakeside dining on traditional Southern cuisine. With over 450 miles of shoreline, Santee Cooper is an exciting challenge for fishing, canoeing, and kayaking, offering unique outdoor adventures for the whole family. Santee Cooper Country. Discover the natural wonders of South Carolina's Great Lakes. To receive a free newsletter and e-news, just log on at santeecoopercountry.org.
The new Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel and Allison 10-speed. Up to 36,000 pounds of max towing. And up to 14 available camera views. Silverado HD. Own work, own play, own the HD life.
The 2024 Silverado HD, starting at $45,295.
Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Southern Woods Plantation. The name itself conjures up images of a time gone by. A time of towering pines, mule-drawn wagons, and covey after covey of bobwhite quail. Southern Woods Plantation has been chosen as one of the top 6 hunting destinations in America. They offer great hunting, comfortable lodging, wonderful food, and world-class dogs. Southern Woods Plantation, where the past can still be experienced today.
A good hunting safety tip is when you're hunting from an elevated stand to use a haul line to get your bow or your rifle to the stand and out of the stand, but remembering to keep the muzzle of the rifle down at all times.
This has been another safety hunting tip from South Carolina DNR. Bob Redfern's Outdoor Magazine is being brought to you today by these great partners. By the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, making life better in the outdoors of South Carolina. By Abu Garcia, Fish to Win with Abu Garcia. By Upcountry South Carolina, Upcountry South Carolina, perfectly seasoned. By Southern Woods Plantation, offering the best quail hunting in the Southeast. And by Santee Cooper Country, discover the natural wonders of South Carolina's Great Lakes.
Well, folks, listen, we're back from the dove field. We had a great shoot. The Lieutenant Governor from South Carolina was out there. I tell you what, it's awesome. But we're back here for the food, okay? Family, the fun, and now the food. And joining me here is Brian Fraser. Brian, I tell you what, you've been doing this for 18 years. You've been down here cooking for Richard.
Yep.
Okay, and you know, you probably seen him on our show years ago. He works down at the Marine Center for South Carolina Department of Natural Resources. He does the redfish and tagging. And you know, from redfish to hogs.
Yeah.
How did you make that transition?
You know, when I first started at DNR, we would occasionally cook for the DNR board and events like that. And at some point we said, well, you know, we're doing all this for free. We should probably get paid. And so a couple DNR guys got together and we started a catering company, and we've been doing it since.
Oh my gosh. Well, this particular hog here, what do you weigh?
This was about a 120-pound hog, and we got it on at 5 o'clock this morning.
Oh,
and
man. Wow.
And she's ready to go. We got some good vinegar-based sauce, and we got some oysters going on over there.
And you actually did 2 of them?
Yep, we did two whole hogs.
And then your catering company, and tell everybody what your catering company is.
So my catering company is Dixieland Delights, and we've been in business since 2004.
And you're also doing the oysters?
Yep, we're doing the oysters. We got some of Bluffton's finest salty local oysters, and they should be real good.
Oh my gosh, Brian, I tell you what, man, this is good stuff right here, folks. I tell you what, this is the eating part of Richard's event down here for the 38th annual Pendarvis Governor's Shoot right here in Estill. And I tell you what, I'm ready to eat some of this.
I'm about to say I am too.
Listen, we got to get back out on the boat too, man. Okay?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, bud.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, folks, that's our show this week from Estill, South Carolina at the 38th annual Pendarvis Governor's Dove Shoot, social event of the year. Glad we came. Tell you what, glad you watched this week, because I tell you what, there's a lot of family, fun, and food being done right here at this beautiful event. And I got to thank all our special guests and Richard for having us down. As I always like to say each and every week, the outdoors is my passion. I want it to be yours too. We'll see you right back here again next week on another episode of Bob Redfern's Outdoor Magazine.